Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Now, if you didn't get an opportunity to watch our last video, a little bit of a trailer, a little bit of a welcome back to YouTube for us. My name is Armand Prinsloo. I'm head of corporate and client relations. I'm also a counselor and a lecturer at Humanitas training. And I mentioned that we are starting a series of real conversations for psychology graduates figuring out what it is that they want to do next, perhaps because that honors and masters didn't happen yet. So I mentioned that the plan is, first up, we are going to tackle some of those questions. And one big thing that we are going to look at in today's episode, which is also the first of the series of Beyond the Degree, I didn't get into an honors or a master's program in psychology, so what now? So, with that, welcome to episode 1, and let's call it, I didn't get into honors or masters. What now? Big question mark. And like I said, I want this to be real conversation. And please leave your questions in our comment section of the video. Ask my wonderful team in our academic department. We'll reach out. We'll definitely put our information and contact details in the description. So don't forget to look at that and make contact if you have more questions. But I want to start by saying something that a lot of universities avoid is having the conversation around the number of slots and you didn't get in, so what now? So let's have a conversation, because one that I am seeing and hearing not happening is the conversation around you didn't get in to an honors program, you didn't get into a master's program, and these conversations are avoided at university. You kind of know that there's limited spots and it's very competitive, but the what now? Now, there's a lot of universities that really go out of their way to inform their students, but it's also very limited because they have to drive the psychology route. And I almost want to say registered counselor or RC has also pretty much fallen into that pool as well. And that's pretty much the pathways that they communicate. But what around that? So I get it, because I've been there, where you sit and you wait. If you were lucky enough to apply, and you kind of are stuck in limbo, waiting for that email to pop up saying, hey, you got in or you didn't get in. And it's almost gotten to the point where that email or that acceptance letter is deciding your future. And I want you to realize in our conversation that we are having today that it does not decide your future. It doesn't have to. There are so many different options. But I know, because I've been there, that when you study psychology, you don't want to hear about the other options. You want to know what to do and how to move towards becoming a psychologist. We want to know, what do we do so that we can sit in front of someone and say, I can see that you are not okay. What's happening? How can I help you? What brings you here? Those cliche questions. And that's fine. But I want to tell you today that that isn't the only route. There is a different pathway that you can go, and falls within the category and field of counselling. So I'm very excited to take you through that and have this conversation. Now, let's take a moment and be very honest. It's super competitive to get into a program. We get that. And what is communicated is you have to go and get personal experience, life experience, go out, find a job, get to know and understand working with people, or do better academically, grow your CV. There's so many things thrown your way, but there's one thing that stays the same: limited spots. There are far more capable graduates not getting into programs than there is spots available for all of those students. So the sad situation is that's kind of the system that we have to work with. And I say it's sad because a lot of people give up on their dream and they go, well, if I don't get into masters, then I can't do anything with this degree. And I'm here to say, well, it's never been a fair fight from the beginning, unfortunately. But the outcome doesn't mean you're not good enough. It maybe just means that you need to look at something different. And there's nothing wrong with that, because you can still, at the end of the day, sit in front of someone and ask the question, what brings you here? How can I help? Or you don't look okay. What's happening for you? So we're going to run through a couple of things and conversations that I want to share with you, because I know getting the rejection email, that's tough. Then you kind of try and figure out a loophole to get in the following year. How can I do better in my applications? You know, you start getting people in to help you with your applications, and the unfortunate situation is that doesn't even mean or guarantee. And I'm not saying because, hey, I work at Humanitas, I lecture, I'm part of the training course. I'm not saying that our course will put you in the best position to get into a master's, but what I will tell you is that a lot of our students and graduates have gotten into clinical and counselling masters. But that's a conversation for another day, because we are going to get one of those graduates to come and have a conversation and talk about their journey towards masters. So, what does this beyond the degree then look like? My what now question after honours and masters didn't happen. What does this beyond the degree actually look like in practice? And I'll be upfront. Proper counselling training is real. It's a credible next step. It's not a smaller version of what you wanted. It's not a waiting room until you apply next year. It's structured, it's practical, and it's built around you actually sitting with real people. You are actually going to get to do what you love and are so passionate about. And what's great is you're even going to get an opportunity to do it earlier than the traditional academic pathway. But remember, there's two different things that we are talking about here. A pathway within psychology, and then a pathway within counselling in South Africa. Now, when I say that, I often get the raised eyebrow or the bigger question mark. I know, the skeptical type. And I know that some questions are already forming while you are listening to this or watching this video. You're starting to ask questions like, is this accredited? What does it cost? What comes with the cost of a training course like this? Is this not just a consolation prize for someone who didn't get into a master's? No, because you can still get into masters. This can just be part of your journey to get there, building your CV, getting the personal and professional experience, and you never know. This might be your new career, because the unfortunate truth that universities do mention is not everyone will get into masters. They almost speak about it in a tone of it's a guarantee that some of you will never get into masters, and that's a difficult one to take. But we're not going to spend too much time there, because I want to answer the but what now question. So have your questions, think about those questions. We've already got a lot of them. That's why on our website we have our frequently asked questions. But in our next episode, we are going to look at some of those questions in more detail. But we're kind of building up to it because I'm painting a little bit of a picture here for you. And here's the bigger picture for you. It's not only about you. It's a big thing that I heard when I got into my first ever master's selection week. It's not about you. Because you think about the title and the qualification and studying psychology, and you kind of go and say, you know, what can I do? There's a lot of that type of language and thinking. But then very quickly you realize it's not about you. The answer to that, if someone says it's not about you, who is it then about? It's about South Africa. It's about the fact that our mental health system is collapsing slowly but surely. And the fact that we have so little and few people that qualify, it just adds to that. And you can do a little bit of your own research. But the gap is just growing. And the stats are quite scary of just how many mental health practitioners are out there available to South Africans. And when you do look at the research, you find that most of them are in city and urban areas. But we know we have so many other communities out there that also need our assistance. But a lot of the times, the practitioners don't end up at those hospitals and clinics. So I think this is going to be a good reality check. It's going to be an opportunity to learn, because that's one thing that I definitely learned within this field, is that you never stop learning. So I mentioned the email at the beginning of this video, that email that you got and you're like, oh, this decided everything. It didn't. And I hope that you are slowly but surely realizing this and starting to scratch a little bit and wonder, what is this counseling thing that I am talking about? So you're in a hallway, and this hallway is your path and journey of studying psychology. There's different doors that you have to go through and open. And unfortunately, not getting into an honors and a master's feels like one of those doors get shut, closed, and locked, and almost like the key gets thrown away. But there is another door, and I'm going to open that door a little bit for you in the next episode, where I ask some of your frequently asked questions. And that door says counseling, a career in counseling. What is a counselor? And I'm very excited to speak about those difficult questions and really seeing if I can answer as many that of the questions that you have. So I'm looking forward to it. Don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss our conversation that we're having. This is the start of the Beyond the Degree series, and I look forward to the next episode. I'll see you soon.